Hi everyone. I'm going to demonstrate how to compute ending inventory under three different inventory methods: Fifo, average cost, and Lifo. The information relates to GoPuppy.com, and they use the periodic inventory method. And we have some purchase information in front of us. The last statement on row 13 is what the problem is asking us to do. So let's start off with the Fifo method. Okay, Fifo is very much a layering approach where the first one in is the first one out. Now we're told right here that there are 350 units on hand. So we have to use this layering from the bottom to compute what inventory do we have on hand. So under Fifo, what we have is we have 350 units to account for. First one in is the first one out. So the last one in is on hand. So we have 300 units. And I'm just going to write at $4 per unit. Why don't I turn that into a $sign? And I'm going to compute the value, or going to compute the value. I tend to slang sometimes and say gonna. I shouldn't do that. The layer of the October 20th purchase is 300. We have 50 more units to go. I'll copy here and make the changes. But working backwards, we have the 25th to consider at 350. And so the value of that layer is 175 if I sum the two layers. And also sum here, we've reached our solution. Let me just bold that and move out of the way, which is under the Fifo method. We have 350 units, and the total inventory is worth 1,375. Okay, let's do the even though the problem says average cost next, let's do Lifo next. Again, we use a layering effect, only this time Lifo means last one in, first one out. So we need to pull from the top of the stack. So we have 100 units at January 1st. You see where I'm coming from, right here at row 6. Why don't we do this? Let me put this here, and you may not be able to see it. So what I'm going to do is shrink this a little bit. Actually, why don't we do a data group command here? We'll create a group, and we'll hide it. So we could come back to it if we needed to, and now you can see my work. Okay, so under a Lifo, we will start off with the first 100 units from beginning inventory at $2. We have to account for 350. So the next layer down, we have 500 units. Well, we don't need all 500. We actually only need 250, and that purchase price was $250 per unit, and there is our answer. Under Lifo, we would have $825 in ending inventory for those 350 units. Now, as a compare, that's $825 to Lifo, and I just expanded what we were seeing, and for Fifo, it's $1375. Just as you would expect, in a period of rising prices, Lifo will give you the lowest amount of inventory, therefore the highest amount of cost of goods sold, since we are allocating the total cost, which would be the sum of these numbers here, between cost of goods sold and to ending inventory. Okay, let's do one other. Let's group this now so we have some room to work with. Now let's hide that as well. And now I don't have to move the screen. And let's do average cost ending inventory. Okay, on average ending cost, I'm going to go up here and sum the total costs I'm going to change that font to the same as this one, so it looks the same. In fact, why don't I do that right here, because I'm going to sum this as well. Okay, so I have 1,000 units in this case, and $3,000 of cost. So what I'm going to do is take that equals $3,000 of total cost. I'm going to divide that by the number of units, which would be that cell right there, and I come up with an average cost per unit. Now, does everyone see that? I'll hit F2 so that's clear here. I'm taking the value of G10, which is the sum of the costs. This would be cost of goods available for sale, right? Beginning plus purchases, divided by the number of units to account for to come up with $3. Well, if we know our $3 is our per unit, and we know we have 350 units on hand, then we should simply be able to multiply that out and come up with, let me bold that, our average cost ending inventory of 1,050 using the average method. Okay, thank you.